on Channel Africa, the moment that we've all been waiting for at Channel Africa One on the socials. She's a digital entrepreneur, a maverick, a businesswoman, an all-round superstar. Mihlali Ndamase, welcome to Channel Africa. Welcome to the episode.
Hi, thank you for having me.
It's a party today.
It is. I love it.
We've been so excited to get you onto the show. I'll tell you why, as a rash for you. And by rash, I mean that I stalk you. But
okay.
Stalking you in a very professional way. I started this job at Channel Africa 3 months ago, and the first thing I said is that I'm going to have to Mihlali Ndamase in my life.
Yes.
Which is basically wear makeup as well as you do. Now, obviously, I'm not there, but the point is that I had to watch your YouTube videos from way back then, because you've been in this game, you've been doing this, trying to learn all your tricks and your tips, and it was just so refreshing to watch some of that stuff and compare it to how far you've come.
Thank you.
So
I'm
thank
glad
you for helping me with my job at Channel Africa. Welcome to the show, man.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. I'm excited to have a conversation with you ladies.
So let's talk about it. I mean, you have built a myriad of a career. When we think about your work in beauty, when we think about now in fashion as well, I mean, that transition, let's talk about that. I feel like it was natural because a lot of us that watched Mihlali know that she was that fashion girly. So talk to us about that.
Yeah, no, it was natural. You know what? Where it came from is obviously having started off in the beauty space. I spoke about my journey multiple times, having insecurities, acne, adult acne, and first started off as a mask, and then became a passion and more of a art and a craft, and then transitioning into fashion was so natural because I've always been someone who loves fashion. So even with my YouTube videos and my Instagram, my audience would constantly ask, like, how do you put your looks together? And as I grew more in the industry and started attending red carpet events, worked with the multiple fashion powerhouses, local boutiques, people were like, oh my gosh, we love her red carpet looks. Like, trust and believe that when you show up, you're going to show off, which I really appreciate. So I decided to go into business with my mom, who is professionally a fashion designer as well as a businesswoman, and I just felt like putting together the brains of someone who is in marketing, being myself, and monetizing my audience, as well as her brains who understands the nitty-gritties of fashion, such as the textiles and the fabrics, and just us having similar style and understanding the African market. I felt it would be a great venture. So that's how we transitioned into fashion. I'm still a beauty girl, but I'm more of a fashion girly, I think, now. I don't know, but I mean, there might be something coming up for beauty. We'll see.
We always want to see. You are an OG YouTuber and content creator. So you are one of the first to do it and to do it successfully. So people were doing it before, but they weren't doing it on the level that you were doing it. And you peaked quite early on in your career. As a pioneer in this space, what has been the best thing for you to learn, especially now? You know, how many years has it been? Almost 10, right? That you've been doing this.
Crazy business.
What have you learned the most about the space that you're in and you as a woman and a business?
What I've learned, I think, in terms of the digital space is that a lot of people come into it without having clear direction of what they aspire to be within the space. So I think even when I started, I was just like playing it by ear, and my audience, luckily it was what I initially started with that my audience fell in love with me for. But those who aspire to be content creators, I always say it's important to identify your niche, because then you can position yourself well, even with brand deals. You're not just like taking anything and everything that's thrown at you, because as consumers, there needs to be some sort of flow on your platform where we know that, okay, we can go on Mihlali's page for this, and not to say that people cannot diversify their content, definitely can, but everything should align. I think that's what I've honestly learned, is understanding the core of your brand. That will help you build a solid foundation.
But I feel like you've also made a significant investment in yourself. I mean,
100%.
Yeah, no. Girl, I pray for anyone to be able to just see you and meet you, because it is actually insane and so inspiring. And the one thing I think that stood out, especially for plus size women, was your weight loss journey. And I must be very honest, you were so open about it. You posted pictures that were quite open. You said, guys, this is where I am right now. This is where I'm going. Sharing that level of vulnerability on social media, how has that impacted your journey?
it's honestly had a great impact on my career in terms of people feeling like there's some sort of credibility to the Mihlali Ndamase brand because I am honest and transparent. You know, people sometimes don't want to see everything that's surface level and very shallow, just like, okay, she's pretty, but it's like, what else is there? What else can we gain from her, you know? So being vulnerable has really helped in terms of growing my audience and having like a very strong support base in terms of my supporters. But obviously there are some cons when it comes to it because then you're opening up yourself to all sorts of scrutiny. But I'm never ever fixated on that. I mean, my weight loss journey, I was just being honest about like these are challenges that we all face as women. I'm growing older, and even in the video I was very vulnerable about how my body's not the same as when I was 19.
Sure.
And I think another thing that really inspired me to open up about my weight loss journey was because I was getting remarks about how, okay, now you're getting too fat, now you're gaining weight, because people are so used to like your child body, and it's like, guys, I grew up in front of you. Of course, at the age of 25, I'm not going to be the same weight. Of course, at the age of 29, the hormones, the body fluctuates. So, yeah, I just wanted to be transparent about my weight loss journey and also just show people that there are ways in which if you commit to a journey, like I went pescatarian for a year, which was very hard, but it was so worth it.
Let's chat about everything else that you've done outside of, you know, the business and just kind of growing as a personality. Because even when I hear you speak, you sound accomplished, you sound articulate. In terms of, yeah, do you know what's actually refreshing is when we interview content creators, obviously you're not just a content creator, they almost don't have the gravitas and the depth, and you clearly do. And I'm curious to understand where that comes from. You sound like you've been wanting this your entire life and you've worked towards it, and now you're at it. And I think that that's also very refreshing and powerful too.
Thank you. Geez, that's a difficult question because I did go for presenting classes, but I didn't complete my course because it was something that I was interested in dabbling into.
Sure.
But even when I was in high school, I did part-time modeling school. So I think my parents sort of saw that, okay, she has that star factor and let's invest whatever we can in helping her achieve her dreams. Because I was very vocal at home about the fact that I want to one day be on YouTube, you know, as much as there's a lot of family members who may have questioned, like, does this make sense? Is it going to make you money? Because it wasn't the traditional career. I mean, my dad was a surgeon. So imagine now, YouTuber and a makeup artist, it does make it. So, yeah, I mean, luckily I had the support. And I think also I do a lot of research, you know. I do a lot of research. I like to read up on what other people are doing, how to better improve myself, how to be more articulate, because the one thing I don't want to ever do is sound stupid, because already there's a perception that, okay, she's beautiful and she doesn't have a brain. So I try to invest in gaining more knowledge.
Babe, you can hear. You
Absolutely.
not
Thank
just the
you.
beauty, the smarts, and the hard worker too that you are. We absolutely love it. It is Channel Africa, The Upside. Mihlali Ndamase at Channel Africa 1. You have to check us out because not only is she bringing her beauty, guys, she's brought her entire team to record us chatting to us right here on Channel Africa.
It is 3:30 Central African time. Let's get in touch with our sports update with Zycon.
Still hanging out with Mihlali Ndamase, who's joining us in studio at Channel Africa 1. This is The Upside. We are just enjoying soaking up all your energy and your fierceness, but also your beauty. What do the other women in your family look like? Because you are, I don't know if you're still the baby, but you were the baby. We need to know, is this genetics?
I think it is. It is. My mom is absolutely gorgeous. My mom is stunning. And do you know, my mom has the most perfect skin. And I always say to her, I wish I got that gene from you, because my mom, guys, there's no consistent skincare routine. She can use Vaseline, she can use sunlight. Her skin is absolutely perfect, and she's aging like red wine.
Wow. Speaking
Like
of
fine
your mom,
wine.
how has it been working with her? What have you learned about it that you didn't know before? Because obviously you have a very close relationship with your mom. You love her down. You've seen her on all your YouTubes and on your content. But what's been different about this relationship and this venture?
Working with my mom has been absolutely eye-opening. She's actually a very diligent businesswoman. I think because obviously growing up, I saw her success and everything, that the impact she was having within the fashion industry during her time. But now she's taught me so much about business and entrepreneurship, because there's a lot of things that sometimes as creatives we slack on because we may have a team that overlooks everything. But now with opening a business, you own the business. You have to be 10 toes deep in and understand every single little detail of it. So she's really taught me a lot, and she's honestly basically holding the business together, because when I'm not here, she makes sure that everything is running smoothly. So she does all the day-to-day logistics. So I honestly genuinely appreciate her.
Girls to girls. Girls to girl, yeah. What was your favorite year in your 20s?
Oh, that is a good one.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm like so torn right now. Okay, my favorite year in my 20s, I would have to say, is 2024.
What was happening in 2024?
Wait, we are on 26 now, right?
Yes.
2024. It was the first time I ever attended. I worked with Qatar Airways and Formula One. I went to Monaco Grand Prix. And then Rihanna also flew me to LA for the Fenty event. I would have to say that is my absolute favorite year, because it was just like, I just got home from the F1 experience, and then I get an email that's like, you need to pack, you're going to LA for Rihanna. I'm like, okay. So work-wise, that was the year.
I will never forget the bath shots. I think it was
Singapore. Yes.
That photo broke the internet.
That was the first ever Formula One I attended, and who knew that it would then turn into work as well.
Chat to us about working with Rihanna and the Fenty team. What was that like, and what did you enjoy, and what did you take from that?
It was an absolutely amazing experience. I think geez, guys, people abroad are doing things. I mean, we're doing exceptionally well in South Africa, honestly, but I think the scale at which what we do here is way grander overseas. And I mean, it's obviously makes sense because of content creation has been a thing abroad, you know. With us, it's still very much new in the market. It's rapidly growing, and I'm grateful for, but I'm just seeing the logistics of how everything was organized from the moment we landed to just being intentional about every single detail leading up to the actual evening of the event, and making sure that every single guest is taken care of. And the thing is, it wasn't a small work trip of like 15 influencers. There were buses of us, 3 big buses.
Guys.
So the logistics of running that may have been insane. And I mean, you're dealing with different personalities. Mihlali Ndamase, still water, sparkling. So it was absolutely amazing. And I think another thing that really motivated me as well in terms of being a digital entrepreneur is just seeing how the other ladies and other guys on the trip also navigate their content creation journey and drawing inspiration from different people. Because I mean, that's what it's all about.
A lot of us young women see you as, and hear me, but full. You've lived a very full 20s life. It's almost like a blueprint of how we would want life to be, you know, kind of focusing on your body, focusing on your mental health, focusing on your beauty, focusing on just the things that you want to thrive. Because you've also shared the most beautiful and vulnerable sides of you, what is your advice to the young women? Because I think a lot of us have the perception of the influencers and the influencer life, and we see the perfection and it's beautiful. But I think you've allowed a little bit of that vulnerability to say, hey, sometimes guys, is where it goes. Sometimes you are famba. So talk to us about that, because a lot of us, and a lot of the content that we're seeing, especially on YouTube, stems from you. You've had that like Mihlali effect, to a lot of the YouTubers.
Thank you. I think my advice to young people is, you know, we always so career driven and work driven, and that's how we were raised to be. And I always told myself that I never ever want to live a life. I want to live a life where I'm successful and I have purpose, you know, in what I do, purpose driven. However, I think looking after yourself is also one of the most important things. So me being vulnerable about mental health, for example, and weight loss journey, because for example, how you feel about yourself and then also trickles into every single other aspect of your life. If I don't feel good about how I look, I may not perform as well at work, considering that I'm in the entertainment space. My mental health, that spills over into everything. So I think living a holistic life is making sure that you take care of every single part of yourself, not just the exterior but the interior as well. And in terms of being the blueprint of having lived life, I have done my mistakes. People have watched me go through it all, and I think everyone lives in a way where we know we go through lessons, we learn, we make mistakes, but maybe mine are more amplified because they are in the public eye. So I don't know, I mean, it's I don't know, it's like a double-edged sword, because you want to say, okay, I hope a young girl can take something from me and not make the same mistakes, but sometimes people have to learn on their own. So hopefully you can take the good, and mostly the good, from me.
We can definitely do that. Chat to us about the future, what we can look forward to. What's next for Mihlali Ndamase?
What's next for me? Well, we are definitely growing Treasury Designs. We are opening a rental space very soon. Yes, because we want to make sure that we accommodate all markets. And we're also expanding into tailoring, our customizing our own garments. Yes. And hopefully there will be something in the pipelines where you guys can see more behind the scenes of my life like you used to on YouTube, but on a grander scale.
Okay, girl.
We're talking something reality. Yes.
This is the next step for you.
Yes, it makes sense. You know, we
Yeah.
have to pivot and grow.
And also, you are just at that level now where you have to be doing those kinds of things. Like, what
Thank
else
you.
are you going to do? Where to from here for you?
From your lips to God's ears, I receive it.
Mihlali Ndamase, we absolutely love you. Where do we follow on the socials? Like, we don't know already. Like, we don't stalk you enough.
For those who don't know, at Mihlali_N on Instagram, on YouTube, Mihlali N, and on TikTok, Mihlali N. Same handle everywhere.
Keep the cameras rolling, please, for us, my girl.
And the
Thank you
next
so
time
much,
you see us, our
ladies.
beats are going to be on your level. Trust and believe.
Oh,
We're gonna
please do not
learn.
show. They look absolutely gorgeous.
It is a 10 to 4 Central African time. Thank you so much, Mihlali Ndamase, for coming on the upside.
Thank you, ladies.